with our blood cells, anybody, we need oxygen. We need to transport oxygen to our blood cells. Based on sickle cell, our hemoglobin drops, and this causes our cells to become sickled, misshaped, and that's another. I'm gonna do another video on why that happens, but it causes things to be misshaped and things like that, and then it slows down our blood flow, and then we know the drill. We get tired. We get tired. We already know what goes on. So breathwork is very important. I have a couple of breathwork videos if anyone wants to check it out on my YT, Mooncell Alchemist. But I'm going to show an easy one that anyone can do. And people with sickle cell, you can do before you, like when you wake up, before you go to bed, when you're feeling a little anxious, when you feel like maybe even the atmosphere is like cold or too hot, because that's another thing, which will be another live. But people with sickle cell, in theory, because I'm not, please seek advice from your professional healthcare providers at all times, including your mental health care providers at all times. I'm not a doctor, I'm an alchemist. So when it comes to altitudes, things like that, we are very much so sensitive on altitudes, and not just altitudes on a plane or scuba diving. I'm talking about anywhere. Like here is a different altitude than my room, is a different altitude than outside, is a different. We are so aware of that, but we don't know that we're aware of that. Instead, our bodies tell us, and that's when we don't know what to do, and that's when we have an attack, or we might panic inside because of our adrenaline system and our nervous system based on trauma. We don't know what to do within that altitude. But people with sickle cell are dealing with a mutation within our blood. Then in theory, we are able to feel environments way more than we're aware of. And the reason why I can say that is because of why sickle cell was evolved in the first place. It was to adapt to an environment of malaria, due to colonization of malaria attacking certain tribes, and those tribes had to adapt, period. So this is, again, memory within our DNA that we are now taking as dis-ease due to us consuming so many things that are not for the betterment of our genes. We're more fruitarians and vegetarians and maybe even pescatarian than anything else. Now, I'm not going to tell you not to eat your red meat and stuff. If that's how you're getting your iron and that's how you can buy, like, please, but it's always gonna be very meticulous on how we do things, because we're so freaking aware of altitude and densities. Now, going back to oh yes, no problem. Look at my temple. I love your name. So when it comes to breath work is going to help charge our bodies, right? Anybody, right? Like people with sickle cell, oxygen is our friend for our nervous system, because if we can regulate our nervous system, we can regulate our adrenaline system, we can regulate our renal glands, we can regulate our kidneys. Our kidneys filter and help produce blood. Our blood will produce better. It's a whole dance. It's a whole choreographic dance, and we are all different. However, we experience the lowest vibrational experience on this planet more than anyone. I'm not trying to compare, I'm just trying to share.